Moscow to take countermeasures if Finland stops tourist visas for Russians. Russia does appear to be tourist hotspot right now. Schroeder would beg to differ. They will launch a special vacation operation. What do you mean? There are hundreds of thousands Ukrainian tourists in Russia right now. Wait, did I say tourists? I mean war crimes. They'll stop Finnish people going on holidays in Russia. How? That'll show him. Seriously, Russia's threat to carrying out threats ratio is practically zero at this point. No, they'll just put Finland on their naughty list as usual, which incidentally is like the malfunctioning Santa from Futurama at this point, tagging every single person on Earth as naughty. Well, everyone except Zoidberg. No, well, it's worse than that. Russians in St. Petersburg love going shopping in Finland. It's the only way they can get good items, good clothes, good electronics. Cutting that off will piss off every mother from St. Petersburg to Moscow, and let me tell you, a Russian mother, grandmother, or even father who can't shop for a purse, wallet, get nice clothes or goods is gonna make them go ballistic. I think they fear the wrath of their people here. I don't think anyone sane would take a holiday in Russia as of now. Finnish people being unable to vacation in Russia and going to Sweden instead is probably one of the greatest threats to both countries joining NATO law. I should buy shares of Swedish alcohol companies. I wonder what the countermeasures would be. Likely no tourist visas to Russia, preventing the people living close to border from going to Russia to fill their tanks. Yeah, about the only good for Russia that is countermeasure they will do. No, even more, think like Russian politician. They will reject own citizens to cross border to Finland for shopping. So Finnish economics will fall and Finns will be poor. That's all finished now. Brosford sources. Finnish gas guzzlers is beside themselves. Driving around downtown Helsinki begging through texts Nianista's family for address to Putin's home. Fuck, these Russian imps look like Muppets. Well, they are puppets, that's for sure. Peskov looks like he could be the protagonist in a movie about a failed porn star who got transformed into a cutch dog by an evil Western witch. I'll shit myself and you'll all have to smell it. No more Russian tropical jetaways. Aha! Who needs pia colades and coconut shrimp when you have cheap vodka and boiled potato? Threat number. Who cares? They can't do anything other than nuke, which is, if you ask me, a bit radical even by Kremlin standards. Or this is even the first time they threatened Finland this year. Or. Come or news or world. Europe. 61,420,185. Russia is like just one giant missed opportunity over the last 150 years. Given the size of that country, the natural resources, the possibility of infrastructure, etc. At every decision point, they've taken the less fortunate path. They've What's that Russian saying? And then it got worse. It's almost bizarre how badly they have fucked themselves up decade after decade. 6 centuries of despotic rule. For hundreds of years it's been said that democracy would never work in Russia because deep down the Russian people like the whip. The Soviet Union would be Soviet Union if they made the right decisions. Oh no, how can Finland ever recover from this? Truly devastating, anyway. I'm getting so sick of that tin pot dictatorship with a big land mass being the flay in every other country's ointment. Poor Finns will not be able to go to Russia for cheap booze. They go to Estonia for that anyway. At least that's what I've heard from 2 Finnish friends I've talked to about vacationing. Buying booze from Russia, yes, literally Russian roulette. The only thing Finns buy from Russia is gasoline. Cigarettes used to be also a thing, but not anymore since you believe you need to stay 24 hours inside Russia to be able to bring cigs. A month ago I took a ferry from Stockholm to Helsinki for the first time. It amazed me how much beer they bought at the duty-free shop, considering it wasn't that cheap. Then when I went in a Finnish supermarket, I understood why. In Italian, and the beers or alcohol were forks more expensive. A bit off topic, but I wonder why moonshining is not that popular in Finland considering its high prices on liquors. Here in Russia, yeah, it seems that everyone these days makes moonshine or vodka at home, yeah, including me. Fun fact: Smirnoff already left Russia. Russia vows future self. Owns for years to come. For years to come. The reality of every Russia. Related headline, probably. First of all, Russia don't have anything Finland wants, so this is just empty words. There is nothing they can withhold or do to harm Finland. Secondly, Russia has consistently ended up getting absolutely fucked every single time they have threatened Finland, so this should be interesting. Last time Russia rattled their sabers at them, Finland ended up calling Putin to personally tell him that they decided to join NATO. Lol. Their counter measures will be to constantly stream the episode of South Park where Finland is completely destroyed. They'll then say it was a Russian victory. Oh no, not. A Finland. Poor Finns, what are they going to do now? They must be trembling in fear. Russians probably stop giving out visas to them. I only know a handful of people who have ever been there. It's simply not on our radar. Tourism. Wise. Countermeasures. I'm still waiting for President Putin to punish Finland for joining NATO. They will build their own Finland. With blackjack and hookers. In fact, forget the Finland. Don't think the Finns want to visit Russia right now, but what if? Never have, and only know a few that have been there. In comparison, we go to Norway, Sweden, and or Estonia about annually. Oh no, Moscow. Not countermeasures. With Akambaver he would literally be Hitler. Amazing how Putin's non-stop spam of threats produces front page news every time. Excellent. Let's all ban Russians. More empty threats. Oh no, said the Finns. We want to be allowed to visit Russia. Whatever shall we do? I'm sure Finland could care less what Russia says since they don't control their country. You Putin, nobody wants to go to Russia. We like freedom, democracy, human rights, and we hate fascists. Fucking wild. 80 years ago, I would have seen a Russian soldier or Soviet point a gun at you for even uttering fascist, but now you'll be a leader of a battalion for it. Russia coming out with them North Korea level threats. Peskov looks like he's been smoking crack. Finland is already joining NATO, but this is somehow worse. The bullshit coming out of Russia is so low effort, it's a wonder they even bother. Like they did if we try to join NATO, or if we let NATO troops in, or if we shut down our airspace. You Putin, just fuck off. Just fuck off. Yeah. Hurt wits polyestes, viton curvenseal. Russia keeps saying they got to take countermeasures every time a sovereign country wants to do anything. Russia, go f yourself. Sure, Russia. Rattle those sabers toward Finland and find out. Not breaking news. Russia flaps its shit flap of a mouth and makes more empty threats. Shut up, Russia. We're tired of your bullshit. In fact, Russian tourist visas should be stopped everywhere. You wanna travel? Abandon Russia. Leave it forever. The countermeasures will be going for a vacation somewhere else. Right. They still have their friends India and China. Belarus, everyone's favorite summer holiday destination, can view Tractor Factory and famous Island of Tears. I think Russia is really at a stage where they can be throwing around threats like this. You really want the Utijager regiment to suddenly be involved in supporting Ukraine? Oh no. Can't go to Russia right now. Anyways. Also, what countermeasures are they on about? They said there will be severe consequences if Finland and Sweden try to join NATO, and we've seen none of that. They already have one special military operation going on, which they can barely handle. Moscow to take countermeasures if Finland stops tourist visas for Russians. It's like some neckbeard insult in Cleveland issuing a statement that if Emma Watson doesn't respond to his Facebook posts, he'll ban her from his birthday party. No cheap vodka. Well, survive. Russian tourists. Maybe having 7,500 Russian tourists a day cross the border since Russia invaded Ukraine was a bit much for them. Someone's mad their spies won't be let into the country. But they won't. Every time Russia says something, believe the opposite. Is Russia a tourist destination right now? Narcissistic personality disorder involves a pattern of self-centered, arrogant thinking and behavior, a lack of empathy and consideration for other people, and an excessive need for admiration. Others often describe people with them as cocky, manipulative, selfish, patronizing, and demanding. The next Finns going into Russia won't be submitting visa applications. Tourists. Oh no, the Finns can't go to another cold country. What will they do? Russia. All bark. No bite. I can see why Putin and Trump are friends. Russia is destroying relations with everyone. China is taking notes right now. Wait, Russia will prevent Finns from vacationing in Russia. Where will they go to experience a corrupt and barely functioning country beset at every echelon of society by aging technology, human traffickers, and mafia thuggery? And what kind of countermeasures will those be? Moscow also stopping tourist visas to Russia from Finland. Actually, yes, please. That sounds great. Let us come to your country or we'll attack you. Russia's gonna bite Finland's legs off. Edit. For those down voting, it's a Monty Python reference specifically, the Black Knight scene from the Holy Grail, so it's sarcasm. Give Ukraine a few more months, and I bet Finland alone could defeat the Putin evil empire. Also need to see Belarusians rise up and depose Lushchenko, the Putin puppet. Finn here. Never been to Russia. I know only a few people who have been. Would have gone even without the invasion. Without to say it's not a popular tourist spot is a vast understatement.